beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special guest on the channel, Her Honorable
Azangalala
Christabel. Her Honorable is giving us a treat, right? She came to MMTC and we are going back together with her to Kakamega town. That is where she lives, that is where she works. Since she's driving, I'll do most of the talking for now, but this is her beautiful face and she has an equally big and beautiful brain. Yes. So we're going to pick her brain a bit later today, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what we are up to. Today we will be spending time with Her Honorable Azangalala. She is a young Kenyan politician and she currently occupies the office of Member of County Assembly. In this capacity as an MCA, she is in charge of the Shewe ward and there she serves and represents over 30,000 people. As we explore her town today, we discuss higher education in Kenya, the importance of representation in government, and so much more. Let's get into it. We are just entering Kakamega now. So as you drive into Kakamega, as you enter the town, the smell of fresh bread just envelopes you. And so where are we off to now?
We are off to Masinde, Muliro. 200 meters.
Okay. We are at the Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. The campus, one word, gorgeous. So this is Her Honorable's alma mater and here she studied
Supply Chain Management, also known as procurement.
So how long is a degree here?
A degree is 4 years, but it depends with the type of student you are. If you are strictly to the curriculum, it's 4 years. Diploma is 2 years. Certificate is 1 year.
Perfect. Show us around your school.
Come.
Yes.
Then every department has its own building.
If you have a problem, you know exactly
where to go, who to approach, and also to meet your fellow
students,
housemates and students. Yeah. School fees is very critical in Kenya. Let me speak of the Masinde Muliro University, which is a public university. So this is how school fees goes. They are government-sponsored students, then they are private students, then they are parallel students. So government-sponsored students are those who scored highly in Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, which is KCSE. In high school, they scored maybe a B+, C+ and above, depending on the course you are going to take. If you're going to take maybe engineering, you have to have a B+ and above. So if you're government-sponsored, then you're lucky. Your fees will go down. You only pay a certain amount. But if you're private sponsored, you'll just pay everything. And if you're parallel, that you just come, maybe you were selected for another university, then you decide to change for this other university. You have to just take care of everything for yourself.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that explanation.
Yes.
Let's say somebody wants to come to university here in Kakamega.
Yeah.
On average, excluding meals and
Everything,
boarding, yes, how much should they keep for tuition?
For which course?
For say engineering, let's go on the higher end.
Engineering. Okay. So for engineering, someone has to have should I say it in Kenyan shillings?
Yes.
Or in Kenyan shillings, someone has to have around 100,000, that is per semester, for you to study the engineering course. Diploma is obviously lower, certificate also lower, but if it's degree, you have to invest to do your degree.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
What is a parallel student?
A parallel student is someone who didn't score highly in high school, or maybe he or she scored highly but doesn't want to be government sponsored.
Thank you for that. And just to let you know how it's done in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, generally in Cameroon, especially for the state universities, The degrees are 3 years. But for certain courses like engineering, agricultural science,
Law.
no, law is 3 years.
Law is 3 years.
Yes.
Wow.
After you get your law degree, you can now go on to write the bar.
Medicine.
Medicine is 7 years. So engineering is 4 years. Agricultural studies is 4 years. The specialized courses, yes, those are the ones that are 4 years. So that's it.
We are walking to the library of Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology.
Okay.
University of choice.
If you could look into my eyes, you'd see why I am hypnotized. Oh.
Her honorable is a woman of many talents. In addition to being a leader, she is a model, as you can tell. So she basically just explained that this is where she really got into modeling and doing pageants and all of that. We want to visit some of the students here and just see what talents they have to offer. You guys perform on campus? Or?
Yeah, we perform. We have crews.
Okay.
So sometimes we dance in crews, sometimes we dance individually.
Address our outfits, okay? Her honorable is clad in Ankara. I'm wearing my togu from Cameroon. We're going to show you all our outfits later. Yeah, we'll and then Eliza is wearing her Bamileke dress from Cameroon as well. So we are all representing our regions. Yes. So your outfits, I've noticed that you're very stylish. Who designed this outfit for you?
This outfit is from Casey Apparels, which is in Eldoret, in Zion Mall, room 11G.
Okay, so my print is from the Bamileke tribe of Cameroon, that's the west region of Cameroon. Gorgeous. I designed this myself and I'm rocking it like a queen.
Miss Christabel, I read your manifesto.
How was it?
It's very powerful. Very powerful. And there's one item that stood out.
Okay.
You're advocating for reusable
sanitary towels.
Yes, reusable sanitary towels for girls and women.
Okay, this reusable pad is also economical. You can use it for up to 3 years, whereby you can use it, wash it, just like a cloth. Yes. We have made it more African, let me say more African, because we are using African prints to make the sanitary towels.
Oh, okay. Yes, but what type of tissue?
It has a mixture of cotton inside, very good cotton, and some preservative. And we actually did this because of the disadvantaged people and disadvantaged girls and women in the society, because they cannot afford these commercial pads. These people cannot buy pads every single month. If you have this, you can actually be focused on whatever you're doing, whether it's education, whether it's your talent, whether it's anything.
Yes. Oh, thank you. When I saw that item, I was really interested to learn
see,
more.
Yes.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind.
Bukhungu Stadium. going on. As you can see, this side of the stadium is done. There is still ongoing work on the rest of the stadium. So during events, they bring lots of hay and people sit on the hay.
The Amapiano was yesterday, so sorry.
Yeah, we literally just missed the Amapiano events.
So we are talking about flags. This is the county government flag of Kakamega, and the other one is the Kenyan flag. Since I'm a scout, once a scout, always a scout. The things that I do is once you're that, you're always that. Once a politician, always a politician. Once a scout, always a scout. Once a model, always a model. You're just like that. So the one thing that most people don't know, even Kenyans don't know, is that if you do a crime, any type of crime, then you see a Kenyan flag that is on a post. Then you go and you touch and maintain on that post, like unakwamilia your post. You cannot be arrested, you cannot be done nothing till you step out of that post is when you can be arrested. Anything can be done to you or action can be done to you.
Wait, so as long as I'm holding the flag,
Oh, in a post, yes.
that's on a post like this.
Yes. So long as you touch it and you have done any kind of crime, then do nothing to it.
Until you let it go.
Yes.
Wow.
Now you know.
You're honorable.
Yes.
How are you liking your experience so far as MCA?
The experience is fun, but also tough.
Utamu wa Mombasa ni tuk-tuk.
Yes. Utamu wa Mombasa ni tuk-tuk.
Asante.
I think that's the only word you have learned.
We're going to QuickMart. We just stopped at the QuickMart for some refreshments.
Refreshments. Mine has fallen down.
We are at the QuickMart. We're sitting directly opposite the office of the county governor. And I have one question for you I have several questions for you about youth leadership in Kenya. I'm just hearing all these stories of these young people who are in government, who are occupying, offices, representing the youths. You mentioned that we have an MP in Kakamega that is like 33 years old. You're also pretty young and you're in charge of a whole ward.
Yeah.
Yes, you're an MCA. What's really encouraging youths to get into politics and to get into leadership positions? What's pushing you guys?
What's pushing us?
Yes.
Okay, in my perspective and in my opinion, I will say what is pushing us youth in Kenya to go for these electives is because we no longer want to be given what is prepared. We want to be on the table and actually discuss matters that are affecting us, because in the previous years you'll find someone who's maybe a representative of the youth is like 60 years, then you wonder what he or she representing in us, and he or she doesn't even understand us, doesn't understand our world. Let's say 30 years from now, even 40 years from now, I won't be a youth. I'll choose a youth to come and tell me what's going on right now in this world, because I might never know, because I've already passed that stage and there is a new stage and new generation coming. I think that's the really thing that should push us youth. If you go in a place, then you say this or maybe that, people might never understand until you find your fellow youth there. Then like, I relate with you very much, I will push this agenda for you, and that is it. And we fight for our spaces. While we were growing up, they were used to telling us that youth are for tomorrow, you are the leaders of tomorrow. I do not accept that. You are the leader of today.
Wow, I like that. You're not the leader of tomorrow,
you're the leader of today, and start now.
I like that. That. So there are no age restrictions for some of these offices. For example, do you know the age restriction for MP?
Yes, for MP you just have to be an adult, that is 18 years and above. That is for MCA, for MP, and for governor actually. The only thing that restricts is the qualifications. For MCA you don't have to have any academic qualification. Same to member of parliament. For governor you have to have a degree in something. But for president, it has been released. You don't have to have anything.
Even a degree?
No, you don't have to have a degree to become a president. Imagine. In Kenya. That happens in Kenya.
Wait, is there an age restriction?
But you have to be 35. For president, you have to be 35 years and above.
All right. Yeah, because I think the fact that there's no age restriction for some of these posts really
opens that door up.
Yes, and
for young
inspires
people
us
be
to
able
go.
to
Yes, because if the age restriction is just 18 years and above, and you have to have lived in that region, why not?
Yes. Wow, kudos to you for going for it.
Yeah, you should go for it, and I urge all the youth to go for it, all the women, everyone to go for it. And there is also this thing in our government that favors women, which I believe it's a very good thing, but we are not yet there, whereby we advocate for 3/3 gender rule in every office, in every industry, every ministry, every government, anything. We advocate for a 3/3 gender rule, whereby, for example, in the county government, maybe Ministry of Tourism, a third of that ministry should be women. Yes, and that also inspires women. That helps us in the county government and Kenya government as a whole, to help us youth and women.
Yeah, because I was watching the Senate meeting. How do they call the Senate meeting? Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, the Senate meeting, and I just saw so many women.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. So there's gender parity basically to ensure that women are represented in the government.
Yes, and we are heard in this government. We shouldn't voice ourselves through someone. We should just put our voice out there. It's just the same thing as the youth and women. Men cannot pass through what you have passed through. Women actually pass through what other women have passed through.
Yeah.
Then we can understand each other. That's why we should have women representation, youth representation. Not forgetting men and the old. We love you too.
And the disabled as well.
Yes, disabled they have a very favorable workplace or conditions in workplaces and everywhere they go, because most of their things are just nil, like 000. You don't have to pay for this, you don't have to pay for that. If you are like in a political party and you're disabled, you'll actually not pay anything or nomination. You just enter free. Everything is almost free for the disabled people, and they have their organizations at the bar protecting them, which is very good.
You know, somebody actually told me that if you're trying to get permits for a building, if your building doesn't have like ramps and things that will help disabled people and people on wheelchairs to access your building, you will not get the permits here in Kenya.
Yes, you will not, and the building will be put a big X.
Wow.
And the building will not continue. So that's it for Kenya.
Okay, thank you.
Sweet talk, you don't need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long, right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now, but I'm done waiting, down wasting my time. Let the sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Hey, sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way.
So we are at the Masinde Muliro side. We are at the Masinde. This is her honorable's alma mater. This is her honorable's. This is